Alright, so welcome to NIAS's warm-up and cool-down. My name is Warren Ansell, I'm from Pro-Active Physiotherapy, and today's talk is based a lot on FIFA's 11 Plus, which is a warm-up and cool-down routine that's been really well researched, and it's been shown to reduce injuries by 30 to 50%. So if you don't want to get injured, this is what you should be doing with your team. Okay, so starting, got my model here, so Coops, he's going to help us out, because I didn't have an IS chat. And what's the penalty? A little bit. Okay, so we're going to start with some walking lunges, just to really stretch the legs out. So down, and get a little bit of a rotation form, and you can go high as well. So if you're, netball or something, and you need those arms up, and arms down, and then we go backwards. Same deal. It's really good for balance. As you can see, by me pretending to overbalance. Yeah, good. Nice. We should have done that. Yeah. Cool. The next one is just side steps. So stretching out, getting nice and low. One. Great. The further apart and the lower the better. Yeah, cool. Next one's hip rotation and mobility. So walking, hips in, nice and high, big as you can go. Yeah. Excellent. Alrighty, on this one we're going to do walking hips out. So out. And try and keep good posture and your balance. Cool. Okay, so then we need to get a bit of speed happening on these things. So let's start with some leg swings. So arms out. And leg doesn't have to be straight, but reasonable. 10 one leg, 10 the other leg.
Watching you count, I'll do right.
I think I did 5. So nice and straight. And then we go sideways. So side leg swings. If you can, holding on is good too, but sometimes it's nice to stretch your balance out. And make sure you do the same number on each side. Nice. Cool. Alrighty, now we're also moving to the more dynamic part, so jogging forward and back. And you might start reasonably slow, and then as you get a little bit better, you go a little bit quicker. Cool. And my excellent model here is showing a nice variation, a little bit of a side into it, which is cool.
Sorry.
No, that's good. Alright. The athletics drills to get that range of motion going. So again, jogging, but high knees. Here we go. So try to keep your body straight. Get those knees up. Yep. Cool. And then it's partner in crime, the butt kicks. Again, keeping the upper body nice and still. Strong. And then some side steps. So. How coordinated are you?
Oh,
How do you feel about grapevine?
oh,
Karaoke, yeah. I'll get some plates and smash them later. And one more. We're going again. But I like if you can add the high knees. Yep. Yep. Good. Alright, so still running, and then add a little agility. And if you want, you can put a bit of a touch of the ground on that. Just getting used to it, depending on your sport. Whoa. Cool. And because we're dealing a lot with teams, we're then going to deal with just a bit of sport-specific stuff in our warm-up. So we're just jogging down, and we're going to have a little bit of partner contact. Let's go. Yep. Be nice to each other. this one is just you running around your partner, and on the way back, you're just going to run around me. Yep. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to do some even more dynamic type stuff in this warm-up. Start with a hop in on the right leg, going forward. Here we go. Bring it back. Hop in on the left leg. Bring it back. Little baby kangaroo jumps. Bring it back. And the big leapfrogs. Yeah, good. Cool, bring it back. And then there's not a lot of room in here, but bounding. So the long ones, here we go. Bound, 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 bound. Bring it back. Okay, so then just some light stretches before we get out of the paddock. So we're going to start from the muscles at the bottom and work our way up just as a system. So we start with calves. So if you've got something to push against, that'd be good. If not, you can take the ground option and just make sure that your foot points straight ahead. Like that. A lot of guys will do this and that compromises the stretch. So you want it straight ahead and make sure you do both sides equally. If it's in the warm-up, the stretches only hold for a few seconds, 5 to 10. If we're talking cool down, it looks exactly the same as all of this, but the stretches we hold for longer, about 30 seconds. All right, moving away from the calves, hamstrings. So you can have your foot in front. Start with the knee straight, and you can reach for the toe. If you feel the stretch behind that knee, you don't have to worry about it. Hold that for a bit, and then just bend the knee a fraction, and lean the fraction further forward. And the stretch should move from here more up into the belly of the muscle. That's really where we want it. So that knee slightly bent, giving that a good stretch. Make sure you do both sides. Again, if it's a warm-up, you only stretch for a few seconds usually. Cool down, hold it for longer. Alrighty, moving up, we've got quads. This is where it's handy to hang on to a friendly filing cabinet. Every sporting field has one. Knees together, and then pull that knee back, but keep the back straight. You'll see a lot of people make these errors. They'll go forward, or they'll go out, or both. Well, you don't want to do it perfect. Awesome. We don't want either of those. All right, on the other side. Cool. Doing like inner thigh. So just a nice side lunge, getting that stretch through there. Cool. Make sure we do both sides. Then that works nicely into a hip flexor. So we just turn around, tuck the bum under, and lean back a little bit, and you should feel a bit of a pull through there. That's where we want it, is around the front of that hip. And then of course to the other side. Love it. And then the glutes are often a bit ignored, so we want to have a bit of glute stuff in there if we can. So this one works well for some people. If the floor's okay, and it's the other option for this is actually the pigeon stretch, where you do that, and you'll feel that glute muscle in there. Cool. So whichever of those work for you would be great. And then finishing off, just some back stuff. So sideways, yep, bit of rotation. And don't forget the shoulders. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of triceps, and then back as well. Cool. And thanks guys, that's our warm up and cool down done.